So why is technology important in schools? Firstly, it's important for the 21st century learner. In today's schools, we aim to help students to use their learning in their everyday lives. We aim to develop students to think critically and creatively, students who are confident to take risks in their own learning. Almost every child has access to an iPad, computer, phone, or form of technology in this day and age. This means that schools adapt to these changes. It is also our responsibility to teach students how to use technology safely so they can use it responsibly within their normal everyday use. Secondly, technology also assists our teaching within the classroom. Students love the opportunity to use technology in the classroom, and it engages them in their learning. In the 21st century, learning in schools focuses on students being participants in their own learning. Technology enables these opportunities to occur, where students are able to point, touch, create, and design their own education. Furthermore, it connects into all aspects of the curriculum. Scratch was the first piece of software I used within my classroom. As you can see, I watched tutorials to scaffold my own learning, and then applied this understanding to create my own program. I then used this learning to plan my lesson. I implemented this in a grade 1 class and would recommend the age range for this software to be grade 1 to grade 6, with grade 4 to 6 being the optimal age range. Scratch is suitable for learners who are either visual or kinesthetic learners. During the lunchtime computer club at the school I was at, I witnessed one grade 5 student who had created a highly sophisticated program that could respond to commands. My students, although young, were able to interact with the software and create their own program successfully. In the younger years, Scratch would need to be very scaffolded. In this class, I allowed them time to play with the software before beginning to introduce some basic commands. Scratch enables students to use higher order thinking and to use computational thinking. Most students in this grade 1 class are extremely enthusiastic about using Scratch and enjoyed the open-ended opportunity to create their own individual program. With Excel, I used tutorials to extend my understanding and practice using it before introducing it to the class. As this was introduced to a grade 1 class, I chose to use it as a whole class task, which I would recommend for students in lower primary, foundation to grade 2, as students are not yet independent in their use of computers. In upper primary, Excel could be used to graph or to display other data, and thus Excel could be used across the whole of primary. Excel has strong links to the mathematical side of the curriculum, as shown on the screen, however also links into the digital technology side of the curriculum. Excel is a very easy way to integrate aspects of the curriculum and is something that can be used in a variety of ways. This use of Excel was designed so that students who are either visual or auditory can have full participation. However, other uses of Excel may use the same or other learning styles. Within the classroom Excel was trialled in, students were very responsive. Although I was more interested in the data that was gathered and that students could describe the displays, I was surprised that the next day when students were using Word to write their letters to their pen pals, to find that one student had used a graph within his letter. The third piece of technology that I introduced in my grade 1 classroom was an iPad app. iPad apps can be used across the curriculum with every year level and can be selected to meet different learning needs. Within this use, I selected the app Sight Words 2, designed for grade 1 to 2 students, as my learning intention was for students to learn about consonant blends. Using iPad apps within the classroom is highly beneficial, as students are highly motivated and enthusiastic at the opportunity. This app was beneficial for learners who are auditory, visual, or kinesthetic, as it required them to listen, touch, watch, and observe. Within this app, students were completing a series of games or tasks that related to consonant blends, but because it was in the format of games such as bingo and memory, they were completely involved in the task. Using iPad apps in the classroom is highly beneficial as students are involved in the task in a completely different way than usual classroom learning. Although in this app, students work individually, other apps can require students to work in pairs or groups, thus enabling communication and language development. As shown on the screen, this form of technology also links into the digital technology side of the curriculum. Comic Maker was the final piece of technology that I implemented in the classroom. Comic Maker is almost identical to Comic Life, however is a free app on the iPad. As I was implementing this within a grade 1 classroom, I chose to use iPads as students are more confident with this platform. Using a comic maker on either the computer or iPads is a highly versatile tool that can be used across most grade levels, with the exception of foundation, and assists learners who are either visual or kinesthetic. With the younger years, it is important to keep the task fairly simple and scaffold the task. I used Comic Maker within the classroom as a way of reflecting on our learning across our inquiry unit. However, with the older year levels, this platform could be used to collect and sort information for English, such as information reports or storyboards, as well as many other possibilities. This links back to the curriculum, such as the elaboration shown on the screen. In conclusion, I believe that technology is vital to be used within schools. By incorporating it within the classroom, students are engaged and involved in their own learning, and it also gives them opportunities to learn skills that are valuable in the 21st century.